Smokey, we're here back again. It's another rainy day, but I have the Mercedes back. So I'm going to get to this thing. Now, there's no way I'm going to make that other door look as beautiful as this door, but I'm going to do my best. And, I got pride in my work, so I'm going to make it look as best I can. But I've already been tackling some of the high spots because those are the ones that scare me. Because when you have a high spot, you can't do anything else. You can't sand it down anymore. You can't start sanding through the metal because then you got no metal anymore. Anyway, I'll be back. Let me get started and see what happens today. We got the Mercedes again today. It's raining, but I can do some sanding and Bondo work. I got my handy dandy leveling tool out here to see, where I still have to shape this body and the gaps that still need to be filled. There's a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of little stuff that doesn't really need filler just to be smoothed out. But, I already started sanding some of the high points in here, and it almost immediately brought me down to metal, which I knew was going to happen because when the guy with the puller pulled it out, he pulled a lot of stuff way too far out and then left a lot of stuff way too deep, like down here. I still got to do a whole bunch of work down here. You can see it's not a lot of Bondo anymore, but it is Bondo. Still got you can see where it's obviously low below the sanding that I did last time. So I'm going to get to work here. This is going to be my first area of attack because this is the eye catcher. And I'll let you guys see how it looks at the end. Well, sometimes you got to create more ugly marks to get the ugly marks out. This is going to be the third coat of Bondo, and hopefully all the lows are kind of gone. It's still never going to be flat because there's high steel that I still, as you can see here, there's no way to Bondo over a match except using another whole jug of Bondo. But this shuttle smooth out pretty good now, and I hope there's only a few, if any, left ugly marks to repatch up. But yep, she's coming along. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. We just did an 80 grit sand on that, and you can see there's still lows, but now at least I'm starting to get the ledge of the door back, which was caved in, and things are, you can see there's still metal coming up, so there's still a lot of highs from the slide hammer epidemic that this door had. But I'm going to put another coat on, a lighter, thinner coat, and see how close I can get it to not having any of this low spot. This is like the worst spot. We already discussed about not doing anything about that. You can see where the door trim is curved in a little bit. We're not going to try to pull that belly out because it would pull out all these high spots even further. So we're just going to leave it as is and just fill until it's smooth and paint it. I think we found the color was Alabaster white, that color. It's a 960 code for Mercedes, 2010 Mercedes ML class. Anyway, I'll be back after another coat. Okay, so I did a 80 grit sand, and we still got some rough patches that'll need to be touched up. But you see how much metal we're seeing already? So I don't want to keep sanding metal, so I'll just keep filling until it all comes out level. You can see bullet hole 1, bullet hole 2, bullet hole 3 is right behind here, bullet hole 4 is down there, bullet hole 5 is over here. All the holes are gone, and all the big dents are all pretty filled up. As you can see, the sanding is starting to level out. So I'm using an 8-inch block right now. I'll step up to a 12 when I do the next sand, but it won't be much now. It'll be easy after this. So there you have it. I'll be right back. I'm actually starting to mask it off with this lovely, pretty tablecloth. And once I got it masked off, I'm going to put some primer on it, and I'll be back and show you what it looks like primed. So I've got this Mercedes here, and I just finished the primer. You missed the tape off job, but I'll show that when I do the final paint, how I taped it all off. But I'm going to flip around and show you how it looks now before she leaves. So the paint is still drying, the primer. I just carefully pull all the masking off. I didn't want to mask the door handle because we're going to end up painting that anyway. I'll just 6,000 wet sand it before I paint it. But this is what it looks like now. You can still see some of the areas that are going to take a final coat, and then it's going to be a lot easier to sand those with the 12-inch block. It'll all come flat. I don't care if I got to put 3 more coats on this door. I want it to all at least be flat and smooth. That's what the owner wants. That's what the owner gets. So there you go. There you have it. The nightmare door. And I'll see you next time.